Blarla. Hello Pips and welcome back to Parkitect. In the last episode we completed Coral Island and we are moving on to the Mystic Desert. There seems to be 2 parks here. Yes, 2. So what have we got here? Mystic Oasis. Okay. And we've got Nova Labs. And I think I'm going to go for Nova Labs because I think it's going to be quite a bit different than the park we've just done, which is exciting. Nova Labs, once the set of a famous sci-fi movie, the production company that owns it has put it up for sale. This alien landscape would make a stellar park that teleports visitors to new worlds. It's exciting. So in this scenario, we can see here that we have experience rating of 70% and have at least 500 guests in the park, which we successfully had in the previous park. The optional goals to have at least 250 guests in your park, which is fine. This one's a little bit nerve-wracking. Complete all non-optional goals by the end of August year 2. So this is quite a bit sooner than we're used to. It's usually December year 2. Now we've got August year 2. A little bit nerve-wracking. But I think we can do this if I'm mindful of it as I build. Here we are. We are in the park. So we can see they're already charging 1 doubloon for the park. So that's great. I've paused it so that we can have a look around. Oh look, I've got it's always by default switched on, this camera, so that we can see where guests are going to arrive like this. So we've not used all this stuff yet, so I'm quite excited, you know, to be using all this. This is a very retro looking spaceship. Love it. Look at the plant life. It's weird. I like it. Okay, and the colours of the rocks. Nice. So here's the entrance. Lovely. I'm assuming that this is where all the staff stuff is. Yes. Okay. Oh, there's even a little information booth in here. That's handy. Okay, so I believe they can buy maps here. Yep. Let's have a look. This is where, yeah, park maps. Okay. And it looks like they're free. Mental. We'll see how they get along with that. Yeah, so we do have the staff stuff here, indeed. So that's worth bearing in mind. Oh, look at that spotlight. That's cool. Oh, I like this. This is also very cool. We've got the airlock in there. Okay, I like this pipe work. Oh, we'll carry on all this pipe work, I think. Excellent. So red is definitely the theme here, isn't it? That's an empty building. Okay. Definitely the theme, red. What have we got going on over here? Nothing really. Just a little bit of interest out in the desert. A lot of space, actually. We've got a lot of space to work with. What else have we got going on here? So what rides do we have in this park? So calm rides. Ooh, a gentle monorail. That's new. I've not seen this before. Slow moving cars travel along the monorail. We never got round to building the monorail in the last park, did we? I wonder if we will in this park. Who knows? Look at the motion simulator. That's very cool looking. Oh, we'll definitely be having some of that. Oh yeah, okay. So of course this is good in the rain. I wonder what the weather's going to be like on this map. Graviton, we've had that before on the top spin. Okay. Coasters. We have the powered coaster, a spinning coaster. So I've not played with those before. And we have the steel coaster. So we've actually got bigger coasters here for this park. That's cool. We have no transport rides and no water rides. That's fine. What have we got in terms of shops? Cash point machine, information kiosk, umbrellas. We've got Sammy soft drinks back. Toilets. There's no food. I mean, there is a vending machine, but I don't like the vending machine. Okay. There's no food. Right. So we might want to change this to this, I think. Yes. That's really important. They're going to complain because I don't want to build these. So look, they can get chips from there, but yeah, I don't want this. Okay, good. Right, well, we'll try and unlock some grubs then. So what have we got in the way of decorations? Hey, what do we have in the way? Whoa, look at all these things. So we have generic, but we also have Steamworks, apparently. Science fiction, of course, and fantasy. Right. Wow. Yeah, the only problem with this stuff is it is quite fantasy, isn't it? It's like sort of Brothers Grimm type stuff, right? So not really sure I'm into that for this particular park. Coming up with ideas is always one of the first things of how I want to proceed with the park. Is always very important. Look, we've got lots of fireworks here, which is great. We should try and mess with fireworks at some point. I like to try and tackle new things each park. I don't like to tackle too many new things at once. But fireworks is definitely on the list. What I did discover actually in the last park was that in water, if you put a path in the water, it turned into a glass tunnel. So I think you can actually put paths under the water and they can see everything under the water, which might lend itself to an underwater sort of area of a park. I wonder if I could quickly demonstrate that without it being too costly. I think I can. So, because we can do this, right? Like this. That'd be too costly. And then we can put water in it. Alright. Okay. God, I was about to say, can we change the colour? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so good. The only problem with this, of course, is that can't actually see what I'm trying to demonstrate here. So anyway, good to know. But if we now get a path and take it underwater, look at that! Look at that! See what I'm saying? I discovered this in the last park. Oh, isn't that cool? I thought so. I thought it was very cool. Look, and it is actually capped at each end so that there's no water actually inside there. There's got to be a use for that at some point. So that's something else I want to play with whenever possible. That would be really great. I'm also thinking now at some point we should maybe consider some coloured water. I have pulled lots of reference material from the internet. I like the idea of it being sort of a base. So it's going to probably look quite different to some of the other parks that I've made, certainly the last one. I think we are going to go for a real base on a planet type feel. So I've pulled reference materials of artists' impressions of these types of places, also colour schemes and ideas from certain sci-fi games and movies. I'm also thinking that we might build Planet Express from Futurama, because I love Futurama. So that will be a good excuse to get some sort of river in there. I feel like what I would love to do is build the entire base in like a glass dome, but that's not really going to be feasible money-wise. So I'm going to have to be a little bit more conservative with that. We'll probably have a lot of this going on over paths. I'll probably build more gardens like this with more sort of earth vegetation in it, to try and give the impression that the atmosphere outside can't support earth life, basically. Right, okay, where to start? I usually start with the food and whatnot, but we are actually going to have to research that. I can always leave a spot available for where the food's going to go. Yeah. Ooh, well, it might be time for a bit of a speed build. So I've actually decided to talk through a little bit what I am doing on this first part of the speed build, for the simple reason that my process has been a little bit different with this park. It's so different that I really didn't know where to start. And where I ended up starting was trying to work out what I refer to as like the rules of the park. Working out its core design elements that will be repeated throughout the park. We start here with path design, and I'm very keen to make every aspect of the park quite different to anything I've done before. And paths are such a huge part of a park, really, and I've never really given them too much thought, but in the last park I definitely gave them more thought, and there was a huge payout for that. So I'm doing that again here. We have a great opportunity with the paths to really do like landing sites for space bases, and a great opportunity to use a lot of lights, and just bring that real space-based look to the park. So here I am, just having a little play with these little dotted lights, which I thought would be perfect for this. I could also use controllers to actually make these lights flash and like ripple down the path, but that would be an enormous amount of work, so I won't be doing it. But it is possible, particularly with those lights in the center there. You can make them flash towards the center as like land here type thing, you know. It is possible. Also needed to work out the type of bennies and binnies that I was going to use and stuff like that, and all the different assets that I was keen to use in the park. You can see here I'm looking at the different various lamps, light fittings. I ended up using a lot of what they intended to be used with the space theme. I did eye up a bit of the sort of the steampunk stuff, but do you know what, I have kind of decided to keep that safe for a steampunk themed park, which I hope we'll get to make in the future. So yeah, here we can see that I'm just experimenting with that sort of landing pad idea, because I know that I plan to have a few in the park. They make lovely plazas, and they might have slightly varying designs as well. But yeah, still just looking through the assets of what I've got in this theme. And you can see that I've actually turned off one of the themes because it was just completely useless. Had no need for it. Yeah, I was looking at these walls with the vines. This comes from the fantasy theme. So with the vegetation life on this sort of fake planet, if you like, there's a lot of these vines, and I'm quite keen, because I would like to make a space base. I'm quite keen to have a wall going around the park, and I was coming up with the wall design, and I like the idea that the vines are encroaching on the space base and are climbing up the external walls, and that they spend their time keeping the alien plant life out of the actual space base itself, sort of within the park. But I like the idea of it sort of enclosing it in the park, so onto the park. So that's why I went with the vines walls for there. And I made the wall higher because I know again that I'm going to want glass roofs here and there, so just wanted to make sure that it was tall enough. Here I am making a turret. So it seems like a good idea with the space base to have some form of defense. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm designing my own huge turret to go with the wall, that I'm hoping to use around the park here and there. So yeah, you can see here this is my second design of the turret, and I'm always referring to pictures on the internet. It doesn't all come from my head, you know. You always need reference pictures when making these types of things. If you know, well, I certainly do. If I hope to stand any kind of chance of making anything worthwhile, I'm going to need reference material. So yeah, there we are. I made a blueprint of it. This then allows me to just place the entire turret wherever I want, whenever I want. I was quite keen to add more of a colour palette to the park, rather than just having red and black everywhere. What else could I have? Yellow and black is quite popular with like Alien and some of the sci-fi themed games. Yellow and black is quite popular, so I've decided to start injecting more yellow into the park, making yellow, red and black now the main colours of the park. I just felt it was needed just to get an extra colour in there. It felt too limiting, just being red and black. So here I am now, actually starting the park, building the main entranceway into the park. It's a little bit set back, but I was quite keen to have a rather extravagant gateway coming into the park. Plus you can't move that pre-built building to one side there, which was really annoying me. So yeah, they're gonna have to walk quite a long way before they get into the park. But yeah, so I'll build this gateway, and once this gateway is built, that's when I get on and start building the actual park. Well, there we go. We're going to unpause it. This is what I've come up with so far. I've decided to keep, I think, as well, this park nighttime as much as possible. I feel that it adds something to what I've got going on here. Yeah, I'm liking it. So what am I doing here? So, yes, there is a long walk into the park. There is no doubt about it. You can't remove this building. It came, just for a moment, it came with the park, and you can't remove it. So I do kind of have to live with that. So I have made quite a long walk to where the park actually starts. I've designed this turret, sort of defensive turret, which I've actually saved as a blueprint so that I can place it wherever I want, as many times as I'd like. I'd love for this wall to go all the way around the base, but you can see here I've spent a colossal amount of money. So I just need to rein it in a little bit. So we are going to give the hint of the walls and use buildings where necessary. I also want really the whole place to be covered in glass to sort of give that impression that it's inside. But again, very expensive. So I'm just hinting at it as best as I can. And lights, as you can see, is a very big thing for this park. I feel, like it. I don't know, the nighttime aspect is really adding something to this. I do really like it. We should probably open this ride. I haven't actually named this ride yet after a Patreon. That hasn't quite happened. Oh look, they've wandered in here. I should probably sort this out because I have, of course, used paving to go around here, and I've removed fencing as well for this. So let's sort that out. I want it unpaused for a bit because I'd like to try and get a food store in. Although what I have discovered over here is that, oops, that's the wrong one. Is I could look, Sammy soft drinks. We've got Sammy soft drinks. So the vending machine can be a customizable shop as well, making it much easier to restock. They don't have to walk around the front to restock it, which is absolutely fantastic. So we are using the vending machine, named after one of my patrons, Wayne Pike. Wayne's Vendor Goodies. Maybe it should be vending goodies, I don't know. But we can see here that we are selling chips here while we're just researching, what we need to research. So yeah. Fantastic, eh? Really, really pleased with it so far. It's very, very different, isn't it? I've made like a hydroponics area here so that we can try and have some earth plant life on this alien planet. So that's what that is. It's like a hydroponics thing, and I've done the piping work as well to come to it. So yes, I definitely need, don't I, we need to sort out signs. That's it. We definitely sort out signs. So we're going to put here, I think, no entry. Do you know what? No entry for anyone. There's no reason for anyone to go in there, quite honestly. There really isn't. Also, I think I would like to put those in. Nice, eh? I'm really pleased with it. I hope you guys like it too. It's actually taken not only a lot of money but a lot of time to try and work out what this park is going to be about, what it's going to look like, the themes that I'm going to be using. So I've actually spent a colossal amount of time on this episode already. So it's going to be a short one. I hope that will be okay, and hopefully I'm not paying that much for this park. Fine, don't then. So in the next episode, hopefully we'll be able to get more into it, right? Build some big old rides You know, I'd really like to get roller coaster in. At some point, I'd like to get some purple water in, as I really do want to build that Futurama base. I think that'd be quite cool. Yeah, indeed. Look at them. Look at them. Shall we could probably cut that down, couldn't we? Put no entry for guests. So this will be the park exit. Just saves them constantly walking up there. I think that'll be good. There we are. Yeah, I hope you like it. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about the new Starbase theme. It's radically different from the last park, which you know, is exactly what we want, I suppose, isn't it? It's exactly what we want. It couldn't be more different. If you've got any ideas of that might go with this, also let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next episode. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you to all my Patreons for their continued support.